Good evening. So today we are talking about screen time, a big challenge for gross motor skills. All parents out there and teachers, this is coming just for you. Let's understand. Screen time, as per the psychologist, was ideal not more than 2 hours. Today, the school is into the screen. Easily, children are expected to be in front of the screen for school purposes from 5 to 7 hours. And what kind of challenges is this putting for gross motor skills? What are gross motor skills? Gross motor skills are the body and mind coordination. The body, the gross muscles of the body when they move is a gross motor skills. And we know that academic achievements are directly being researched, being impacted by the PE, the physical activity, and that is very important, which used to happen in the schools. And now the schools are locked up in four walls of home. What is happening to the gross motor skills development of the children? There are a lot of things which are in my mind to talk to you all, my dear lovely teachers and parents. We cannot ignore it. Memory, working memory is directly connected to the physical activity of children. Not only that, focus, concentration, achievements, everything is connected to physical activity. Are we really looking into the physical activity of our growing children, or we are not? Today I'm coming with loads of activities which we all can do it at home with our children. Very important that the growing children, we have toddlers, then we have preschoolers, we have early year students, middle school students, and the senior students at home. Let's start with the early years. What can a parent do for them to have their physical moves at home? Lot of activities. We all have established. University of Harvard has already done a research establishing that gross motor skills are the need of growing years, and we just cannot ignore it. So school, the children may be getting 100% of what they want. But this one factor, parents has to consciously do something about it. Just within the four walls, let's think about jumping. If you want your child to jump, if you have a trampoline, wonderful. But if you don't have one at home, what should you be doing? Take one spring mattress, put it in a corner, let your little lad jump on that as and when he wants to. It is really a stress buster. Jumping can also be taught that if you take a very low height of a kind of a stool, or you call it, those things which you use it in the kitchen to sit on the floor on, or in the washroom, and let a child be on the top of it and go down and go up and go down and start doing that within the four walls of a home. What other things you can do for the little ones, especially the early year students? You can take the red or green or those electric tapes and make the designs on the floor. It can be standing line, sleeping line, straight lines, slanting lines, whatever you want, and make them run on it, walk on it, go feet by feet on it. Lot of fun activities which you can do with your little one. And they're not only learning to walk and doing the physical activities, but you're also making the impression into their head for what they're learning in class anyways. Because if they are writing and if their handwriting is getting impacted, then sleeping line, slanting line, standing line, all these are very, very significant concepts. Come on, parents. We know that the responsibility on your shoulders are increasing day by day. We all, the psychologists, are coming with new ideas for you to follow on at home. But it is very, very important. See the child kicking, jumping, running, crawling. These are the things which are mandatory for a child to do it on the regular basis. And the parents should stipulate at least 20 to 30 minutes a day to do these with the children, because A child, believe it, researchers have shown a child who doesn't sit unsupported will have issues later in focus and concentration. The children who don't crawl and straight or start to stand and jump also shows there's significant issues. So come on, parents, even if you have a child who's 5 or 7 who's running and jumping and walking and working, just check out at this era. Is he also crawling? Does he know how to crawl? Flipping over the body. So lying down on the back and then turning it back to the stomach and stomach to back. So keep doing these kind of activities with your little ones, and I am sure they will enjoy it when this happens. Some wonderful things which you can teach your little one is that you can put a stroll from the top, where the fan hook is, down, and just attach a ball and let that ball swing, and you teach them concept of catch and sending back, and let the child enjoy that. If you put a thing like this at home, the child could be busy by himself doing those activities. Hop, skip, jump are something which is certainly needed. You can use all kinds of your strolls or dresses to create such things for your children at home and give them some fantastic experiences of handling their body and mind coordination. My dear lovely parents, dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyspraxia are the terms we must have heard of in past. Dyslexia, though, is a learning language disorder. I am talking about today dyspraxia and dysgraphia. Dyspraxia is basically the children who don't know how to handle their body-mind coordination. These are little clumsy children. They hesitate to interact with other children. They hate to go into the sports fields or out in the garden. They love to be seated down because they are facing some kind of a challenge in terms of their gross motor skills. Dysgraphia are those children who find it difficult to write long passages. They have poor coordination, handwriting is bad, coloring is not within the lines, cutting, tearing, pasting is not within the lines. These are the children who have fine motor skills challenges. Now, what is the difference between the fine motor skills and a gross motor skills? All those things which require the smaller muscles of the fingers or fingers dexterity are the fine motor skills challenges, and where the whole body is and the bigger muscles are in question, that is a gross motor skills. So I am telling you, parents, please, in this era where children are expected to be home most of the time, we cannot ignore these activities. We have to ensure that we support our children. We give them an opportunity to do this. Be as creative as you can be. Be very, very innovative and see that your children get to do that. So whether you use the tapes or whether you need the strolls to be hanging from the top of the screen, please focus on their gross motor skills, because they are really, really very significant and important for our children. Our children, if they do not get that, you can see certain time, make the activity very, very challenging. Expect them to stand on their one leg and try to tie their shoelaces, or try to see that they are moving forward or moving backward, stretch their arms, and with stretched arms moving forward and backward in a straight line. Is your child able to do that? And if not, then your child certainly needs support and help, and they all are connected. So come on, parents, be more watchful. Start using the tools and techniques which are available at home to help your little ones. A trampoline corner is very strongly recommended. Put a mattress or something where they can be in a corner and they jump up and down to release the stress. Or you will see that you will have a less anxious child at home, less stressed child, less aggressive child, because their frustration all comes out in the form of an aggression, because a lot of children don't know how to handle their emotions. So come on, friends, it's a time where we as educationists take a pledge that we make sure that our children get a good gross motor skills time, at least 30 minutes per day if you're not taking them out in the garden, but at home. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.